All right, folks, good morning. All right, let's get started. So for today, Monday, March the 3rd, we have the following information. At 9:45 a.m. Eastern, we'll have final manufacturing PMI, which is a moderately important report. At 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll have ISM manufacturing PMI and ISM manufacturing prices. One is the most important, that will be ISM manufacturing. The other is moderately important, which will be ISM manufacturing prices. And then we'll also have construction spending month over month, which is not expected to have a significant impact. All day today, we'll have Ward's total vehicle sales, no important impact expected there. And this just was released today. President Trump will be speaking, I would assume, about executive orders. Let's see. Oh, actually, due to hold a press conference about an investment announcement at the White House. Okay. So that will be something a little different, but either way, that should be sometime after 10 a.m. Eastern, so we'll see. All right, now having said that, let's take a look at the NASDAQ ETF, the QQQ. As of this moment, we can see that we're going to open higher than where we closed on Friday, and it seems pretty clear that this is buying pressure that has persisted throughout the pre-market. The action on Friday was bullish. It was very volatile, but we had a really sharp rally at the end of the day. Either way, we closed higher than where we opened. After a week full of downward movements, Friday's rally was likely, but either way, it's pretty clear that going into today, that sentiment's still there, but we'll see if it's able to last throughout the session. Taking a look at the stocks that we found on Friday, these were bullish opportunities, as you would expect. So we had Mara, MARA, which was bullish, able to pass our target number two of 1406 a share, and it was able to top out at what was it, 1455 for the session. Then we had INTC. Now INTC, oops, was able to trade through our target number two to the upside of 24.13 before topping out at 24.44. Okay. Now, as far as it goes, looking at the pre-market, we do have some obvious movement. So, firstly, here's INTC, which is clearly up sharply in the pre-market session, up 5.82% at the moment on about 6 million shares, trading at about $25 a share. Now, we do need at least a 6% price change, but in the case of INTC, I'll make an exception since this is a major stock and usually they don't move quite this far. So we'll go ahead and add INTC to the pre-market list. All right. One second here. All right. Next up, we also have Mara. That's up sharply. That's up 11.85% on 3.6 million shares, trading at least $1 per share. So we'll add Mara to the list. All right. And then moving on, let's see what else we have. ACON, which is currently at 96% on 19.2 million shares, roughly. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll add ACON to the list. Next up is BTCT, which is presently up 33.25% on 5.7 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll add BTCT to the list. Next up, CLSK, which is up 12.77% on 2.14 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll add CLSK to the list. Next up, we have GRRR, which is presently up about 26% on 2.2 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add GRRR to the list. Next up is Robinhood, HOOD, which is presently up about 9%, 1.6 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add HOOD to the list. All right, next up is hold for 1 second. I see that ICTI is up again, but this one was already, I thought it was already a buyout on that. But anyway, it's up 2.46%. It's not up enough, but not sure why it jumped. I guess there is a confirmation that the deal is going through or something. But either way, it doesn't qualify for what we're looking for, so we'll pass. Next up is let's see. See a few stocks that are down sharply, but they're under $1 now, so won't be looking at those. Let's see, is Palantir up enough? Probably not, but let's check it out. 4%, so not up enough. We can pass on that. Let's see. SMCI, that's up 3.5%, so not up enough. Let's see, SoundHound, that's up only 4%, so not enough for us. Next up is TRNR, which is currently up 21% on 21.6 million shares. It's at least $1 per share as well. So we can add that TRNR to the list. And that's looks like that's it for the pre-market radar. Might be some other things, but nothing more that I see. So if you folks see any other stocks besides the ones I already mentioned that meet all 4 of our criteria, let me know in the chat. Those are the stocks we found so far. So if you have any additional stocks that meet all 4 criteria, must be a NASDAQ listed stock, must be trading at least $1 per share in the current pre-market. Also in this current pre-market, at least 1 million shares of volume must have been traded, and it must have achieved at least a 6% price change at the moment. That is either positive or negative. Okay. So if any other stocks meet all 4 criteria other than those mentioned, let me know. Holo is mentioned here. That's currently up about 26% on about 20.2 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share, so that definitely qualifies. HOLO is added. Also, IBIT is mentioned. That's up 11% on 8.7 million shares, trading at least $1 per share. So we'll add IBIT to the list. And next up is MSTX. Currently, that's up 28.78% on 1.9 million shares. It's at least $1 per share as well. So we'll go ahead and add MSTX to the list. Riot is mentioned as well. That is up 11.2%, 1.4 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll add RIOT to the list. I'm just checking to see if Coinbase has moved. It has. So there's Coinbase, almost missed that one, but it doesn't have the volume, so only 760,000 shares. But we'll look at that when the market opens, but it won't be on our pre-market list. Next up is ENLV, which is currently down 14.17%, 1.3 million shares. Still trading just barely above $1 per share, so it does qualify. And we'll add ENLV to the list. All right, so we'll wrap up for today's pre-market pulse, folks. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 5 likes, but definitely more than 5 people watching. So please be sure to hit the like button, which greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we produce a new video. If anyone's watching this video on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone who's part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 20 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's trading session. All right, folks, have a great trading day, and I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Take care.